Well, I wanted to thank you guys for taking time to speak with me today.
It's all our
Ah, for
pleasure.
sure. Yeah, thanks for
Yeah.
having us.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, at what point did you begin working on this new album?
It was approximately a year ago, right, Nico? When we recorded the first drums to the album, the first drum session in Astia Studio.
Yeah,
And
actually, it was a bit more than a year ago. I think it was in January 25 when we started, but more or less a year ago. Yeah.
sure. And I wanted to ask you too if you could take me back in time and tell me how this band became a reality.
Oh, that would be a long one
It
if I
would.
started from the very start. But kind of the core group has been together already since from the 1993
Wow.
when we were just teenagers, of course, back then. Uh, started
And
started to
still
play.
are.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Yeah. And well, it took many years to develop this thing to more kind of professional level, but I'd say that in the early 2000s was the kind of the starting point when the band started to have the shape which you could call something that's nowadays Dyecrest.
Right.
And
And
we were just a bunch of guys from a little town from here in Finland, and kind of this, I don't know how usual, but the usual story that we had fun together, and we all loved good music, and then we started to think that why not to make the music
sure.
by ourselves.
And the album is amazing from top to bottom. I wanted to speak with you about a couple of tracks that really stood out for me, and one of those is Safe and Sound. Could you speak on that track?
Yeah, sure. I
Yeah.
think the the composition is more or less made by Pirkka, our keyboard player, and then I had this kind of a uh, well, the main thought about the lyrics about that. Okay, here's a direction we want to go, and then I I wrote a few lines to Heidi, and then she moved on with that. So maybe you can you can go on with the
Mm,
story.
Well, to quote Pirkka, it was like, "May Heidi, can you make this some sort of like a sad song, like emotional song
sure.
that feels?" And I was like, "Okay." And at that point, I got the lines from Nico, and it gave the direction of the story behind it.
Mm,
And we were having rehearsals at our place, and I was just juggling around with the melodies, and then I demoed it to the guys, and I was thinking that this could be something that we could
sure.
work on. And after that, Pirkka came behind his keyboards and didn't say anything. He just came to me and hugged me and went back to his keyboards. And I was like, okay, now we might have the right direction on this. So I just kept working on it. So it was kind of nice moment to know that there's something that everyone can feel.
Yes, you definitely can feel the emotion throughout. And another great track on the album is Lost Voices. It's another standout track for me. I wanted to ask if you could speak on it.
Yeah, it's something that Henry has had built to us, and Matti, and
Mostly
actually
Matti, I think.
mostly Matti. Yes, yes, and uh, it was a track that was made. It was the final track that we made, the
Mm,
last one that we made to the album, and it kind of to me, Henry has done all the lyrics and melodies on that. Uh, because I had some kind of like lock on it. I didn't get it. I didn't get how the song works, and I was juggling around, and I was
Mm,
like, damn, how does this go? And I was like, okay, Henry, you take over, because I have few things here and there, but I don't get the whole picture on
sure.
this. And that's why it was the last one that we made.
Wow.
And Henry took over, and suddenly it became alive. And I think that this one piece is something that surprised us all. And I think that it's well, I think that it's a good piece on that track. Yes. So
Absolutely.
thanks to Henry, it's all together.
Just to double check, uh, are you speaking about Lost Voices, not
Yes.
Weight of
Oh
Trigger?
no, the weight of the trigger. Sorry, sorry.
Hey,
Ah,
Heidi was talking about the weight of the trigger. I was
yes.
starting.
Ah, sorry. And you were thinking that what the hell is she talking about? Yeah, yeah.
Well, that
But
that
we can
that
go
was
to the lost voices.
Sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was considering the weight of the trigger. But anyway, the Lost Voice is too. The composition is too made by Matti.
Mm.
Uh, but I think that Heidi did the lyrics
Yes.
on Lost Voices, and
And I think that.
it was um more kind of a, well, if it wouldn't have uh, gone through this Dyecrest arrangement apartment, it might be kind of doom
Yes.
met vibe in it, but it ended up to be something very emotional, at least I think for me, and well, maybe Heidi can tell
Mm.
tell something about the song Lost Voices this time.
Well, that was a bit easier track. Now, Lost Voices. I am very like intuitive writer. I feel the music and I let it take me some places, and I take the story from that place where it takes me. And Lost Voices just came as a, well, we are living in a very interesting world right now.
Sure.
So it took me places that need to be heard. So um, the story behind it is all the voices that cannot be heard, that are in the middle of it all, and don't have a way out. So.
And and this band has had such an amazing career that has expanded so much time. I wanted to ask you, what do you feel is the key to longevity in the business?
Well, I think that it has something to do with that we had more or less 10 years of hiatus in in
Mm,
from 2008 to 2018, because we released our debut album already in 2004,
yeah,
and actually it had very nice thing going on, and our record company, but back then Noise Records, they put us on tour with Wasp actually in 2004, and back then the kind of big picture was that, okay, here's where we started our world domination, but of course it wasn't that easy at the end.
sure.
And we lost our record company at first. Then we made more or less a bad deal with another company, and our second album was, well, to put it uh, in few words, very disappointment.
Sure.
And well, and after that we were doing gigs for a couple of years, but didn't kind of get the thing on the fly, you know.
Mm,
And then we decided that okay, maybe it's time to. We didn't quit. We said back then that okay, it's time to put the band to the freezer. And when when the time was right, which was 10 years later, we gathered around again and we started to make new songs and released a new album. And I really feel that um, uh, almost 3 years ago when Heidi joined the band, we there was this kind of the missing link
hmm
that now we have the chemistry and all the things are working that way, that we're able to do the things we love the most again at the level we want.
The
And
spark.
and Heidi,
Yeah.
how did your joining the band come about?
Actually, it was because of my husband. uh, he was mixing the previous album
Mhm.
of Dyecrest, and things led to another, and suddenly I am demoing songs, and they were thinking that can they change vocals to female vocals, and somehow it all worked up. So
That's amazing.
so that's why I'm here. It's because of him, basically.
And
Nothing to do with the guys. I just came in.
Yeah, well, it we had a situation with our the vocalist before Heidi, Mikael, that we weren't able to go on with him anymore, uh, and we had the situation that we had to find a new singer. And I remember one moment when we were at Mitri at and Heidi's house. Mitri has this studio in the downstairs of their home, and we were discussing about the band's future. And back then, actually I don't remember, was it Mitri or was it Heidi you that asked that, have you ever considered that there would be a woman singing in the band?
That would be me, yes. I didn't
And
have the slightest idea. I
we
just had heard some of the songs from that album, and I was like, "Wow, what is this? What is this? Who are these guys?" And suddenly I'm here.
and
wow.
we were clever enough not to figure out that maybe Mitri was talking about his wife.
Yeah,
We were just speaking on the general level that, well,
it
why
might
not?
be an option. Yeah, and I was like, "Whoa, this is kind of cool music," and I'm like, "This is some the range is something that I could be doing. That this is
Sure.
some music that I could be doing too." Never thinking that I would be in the band, but of course he took the bait and then forwarded it to the band, and here we are
Yes,
after a few years. I think that we have done good.
absolutely. There's no doubt about it. And the album has some amazing art. I wanted to ask if you could speak on the album art concept and the artist that's involved.
Sami.
Yes, Sami has made actually every album cover and took every Dyecrest photos and everything whole throughout our whole career.
Oh,
He's been with us from the early 2000s, and well, he he's our, well, we can rely on him on any case. He's actually been on our gigs as a stage technician, and what well, he's everything what you can ask. Uh, there's actually I think we have never kind of gave him kind of instructions that on what we're expecting of this.
Mm.
We're just sending some demo songs of the upcoming
Mm.
album, and he's listening to the songs, and then he comes up with the ideas, and well, what can we say? At least
Yeah.
I think that this new album cover and all the artwork, it's amazing.
And here you've created this album that is amazing itself from top to bottom. I wanted to ask you, what's next for you?
Hopefully, good things. Me personally, I hope that we will be touring a bit, and we are able to go forward outside Finland, also Europe, maybe
Mm,
US, and show people what we do,
sure.
because also, yes, we have a album, but I think that we are worth of seeing live too. So I'm excited to have the opportunities to let people see what we are about.
Absolutely.
And of course, we are making new music, and starting to planning on the next album.
And have you had a chance to be live with the band?
Yeah, yeah. We have been doing shows. I think, yeah, we could do more, but we are having a good pace on those. So so yes, we are doing at the moment. We are doing shows also, and we are active on that level too.
And in speaking of shows, what can fans expect when they see you live?
Wow.
Energy,
Energy.
at least. Uh, well, I think that we've been together so long that you can, at least I hope so, that you can see it from the audience too. That there's kind of not just playing tight together, but kind of I hope that you can see those bonds between us,
Yes.
that's kind of making us strong together, kind of being more than just six guys and a gal in on the stage.
And we are having fun on stage,
Mhm.
and that is something that we can share with the audience. Just pure fun, and we can lose them for an hour in that show.
And that's the greatest thing about going to the show is getting
Yeah,
away.
yeah.
And along this journey that you've had, what do you feel has been the best advice that has been given to you along the way?
Ooh,
Wow.
yes.
There has been a lot of advices, of course, but trust yourself, maybe.
Uh, there's it's it's a very hard to say which one has been the best, but there's uh, right away one kind of more or less fun uh, advice came to my mind when we were, I think it was in the early 2000s, when we were sending some demos to record companies, and when they sent all those so-called polite letters, say, kind of basically saying fuck off, but saying it in a polite way, and
Yes.
it was faced like, if I remember correctly, it was like, uh, music is a wonderful hobby, keep it that way. But
And of
well,
course, being
actually, one very good advice uh, came to my mind, but I think it's more very kind of global thing but it's very essential, I think, in music business in general, and well, Finland is a very small country, so it stands here probably more than more than anywhere else. Is that uh, on your way up, be nice on everyone, because on your way down, you'll meet
Ab-
them again.
Mm.
Absolutely. That's the best advice that was given to me on my path.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And also, now that this album is out, what is the best way to get a hold of a physical copy of this album or any merchandise that you have? Do you have an open website where people can go get your merch and albums?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, through our label from the Arcades Records, there's a web store where you can order the merch and the album as well. Yes.
Mm. And in Finland, we also have this record store, Levykauppa X, which is they are selling also the physical copies of the album. And of course, if hard situations come, then you can just send us a private mail, and we'll sort it out.
And
We talked
yeah,
about being on the road. I wanted to ask you if you could tell me your favorite road story.
Can they be told?
They can. This is for adult audiences only.
well,
Oh.
actually, I think from the era that Heidi has been on the band, well, we're not kids anymore, and
Mm.
they're more or less kind of dull stories, just from this era. We're in mid 40s and that way, but uh if
From the Wasps tour. That was that
yeah,
was
well,
probably
yeah, from from the time from 2004. Yeah, there was one funny story that wasn't funny at the moment because uh, we had a gig in Eindhoven in Netherlands, and we knew that we have day off after that, so we decided to have a little party. What a surprise! Uh, and uh, after us, the other support band Dragon Force started their set, and they were playing two before Wasp, and so when the Wasp was playing, we already had partied for a while. So during Wasp's show, our singer back then, Janne, he decided that it might be very good idea to have a fire extinguisher and go on stage and do something with that. Luckily, one of the Wasp's crew members, the, he noticed Janne before he got on the stage. But I can tell you that the the next day, uh, we didn't get any praises, so to say, about
Mm.
this episode, but we made good friends with the members of Wasp and especially with the crew afterwards. But there was this slight moment, and then that they were thinking at what kind of assholes we had had to come with us, because it was only second or third show that we were involved with, on the tour, so didn't get it right away, but luckily things turned out well.
And I wanted to ask you as well, were there tracks that didn't make the album?
Sorry.
Were there
no.
tracks that didn't make the album?
Actually, well, there were a few ideas we didn't record, but actually, all the tracks that we recorded ended up being on the album, because this time we had, well, at least on our scale, we had very short amount of time to do the album, which is kind of also I think a good thing because you can hear it that it's even though it has very different kind of songs, it still fits together.
Sure.
Uh, and but of course there were some ideas which didn't make to the album, but not whole tracks.
Yeah, I think the album is, like I said before, is amazing from top to bottom. And I think when you listen to the tracks in order, it shows that there was time spent on putting where they're going to be placed and what feeling that you were out to put together.
That's good to hear. Thank you.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we did. We kind of figured it out more more than once that we
Mhm.
which would be the kind of right order to the songs. And well, at least I think the only thing we knew from the start was that Lost Voices is going to be the last song on the album. Yeah, I
And the
personally
first single would
couldn't.
be Travel Me. That was
Yeah,
kind of obvious
yeah.
from the moment we like put the song together. It was like, yeah, this is gonna be the first one that we want to represent.
And lastly, I'd like to ask you both if you could give a message to your fans, what message would you give them?
Of course, we want to thank you for listening to the album, and we are, of course, excited that people are listening to the album, and how the numbers are rising every day, and people are finding it, and we are getting messages, and that's something that we are very grateful of, and of course, the main message is that come to the shows. We would love to see you on the shows.
Amen. And of course, please follow us on our social media because well, that's the nowadays one thing that matters. But mo most important thing is that we really appreciate you to listen our music and watch our videos and just follow us and stay tuned for more because there's more to come.
Yeah, and let us know that you're there. We love to receive messages and answering those.
And now I must say that it has been very very good news that we as we speak now overseas because I think that some our two latest albums we really didn't get that much contacts from US, but now it's the kind of and seeing the stats from, for example, Spotify, you can see that actually there's, well, it's not of course huge yet, but you can see the numbers that people are listening to our songs in the States, so it's very cool.
And I think that speaks to this album because as a fan myself, I just joined in on this journey on this album. And it made me go back to your past catalog and visit you and hear the progression through the years. And it's absolutely amazing, my friend.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you for taking time to speak with me today.
That was a lot of fun. Thank you for having us.
My
Yeah.
pleasure.